Hi everyone, welcome to another session. In our previous session, we have discussed different type of fire classes and along with that fire extinguisher. So another important topic, fire sprinkler system types. So you may see one or two question related to this topic. So let's get started. So first one is wet sprinkler. Wet pipe sprinkler, we call it. So, wet pipe sprinkler pipes are always filled with water. Sprinkler head activates at 68 centigrade, 68 centigrade or 155 155 Fahrenheit. So it activates at this temperature. So key strength, simple, reliable, and the response is very fast because it is wet. The water is always filled in the pipes, so therefore the response is very fast. The risk could be accidental discharge. If there is a false positive, then it could be accidental discharge, and that could cause a big damage. Not suitable for freezing areas. If the uh, temperature is minus, then it is not a suitable option. It used offices, hotels, schools, residential building, not fit for the freezing areas. So it is a most common sprinkler system. So this next one is dry one. Pipes filled with pressurized air, water released only after sprinkler opens. Key strength prevents frozen pipes. So because water is not filled, only the air. Pipes are filled with the air, so therefore um, it prevents frozen pipes. Slight delay versus wet pipe. So because it is filled with the air, so therefore a slight delay before water releases. So parking garage, cold storage, unheated warehouse, right? Where temperatures falls down to minus centigrade, and it is meant for cold environments. Pre-action sprinkler, uh, most exam important how it works. So pre-action has two-step activation. One is fire detector plus sprinkler head triggers. So pipes are normally dry. Lowest falls, positive risk, protect systems, sensitive equipment. So two, uh, it has to meet two conditions. One, fire detect, fire detector, and second is heat. Right? If temperature reaches more than 60 centigrade and heat is activated, then it activates. So key strength, lowest false positive risk because these two condition has to meet. So there are chances are very less that it triggers mm, on false positive, right? But false negative possible detection failure, node water, more complex and costly. So this is very complex and costly system. It is used in data centers, server rooms, museums, and sensitive equipment plus avoid accidental discharge. Uh, the last one is deluge. Sprinkler. So sprinkler heads are always open. Fire detection system opens. All sprinklers discharge at once. Fastest fire suppression. Very low false negative. Extremely high false positive damage. Massive water release. Aircraft hangars. oil refineries, chemical plants. So because the water is released at once, and uh, and the sprinkler heads are always open. Fire detection system opens valves um at once, and sprinkler discharge at the same time. So that is um, it is used industrial environment, and so if we now conclude our discussion, wet sprinklers are relatively simple and fast. Dry, cold areas, pre-action, safest for assets, risk if detection fails, right? Um, it is very helpful if there is a false positive, right? Deluge, detect, dump, everything. So the golden rules, no sprinkler system is perfect. Every system is a risk. Trades off pre-action, safest overall, only safest for assets. A deluge, bad, just specialized. Context determines the correct answer. So sprinkler selection is risk management, not not fire firefighting. The single sentence captures everything in CISSP. So you need to understand the context why we need to implement, right? So the context of the question. So in CISSP exam. So now if we discuss false positive means system says fire when there is no fire. Alarm triggers by mistake, water discharge unnecessarily causes damages, disruptions, cost. In security terms, IDS alert with no attack antivirus block a legitimate file, right? MF locks a valid user, so that is a false positive, right? And false negative system says no fire when there is a fire. So fire exists, but system fails to act suppression is delayed for never or never happens, leads to loss of file, total destruction. In security terms, attacks not detected. If there is a fire but that is not detected, that is a false negative, and that could be a very dangerous. In both cases, false positive or false negatives are very dangerous. So, if we talk about wet pipe sprinkler, false positive risk is medium. Heat alone breaks sprinkler head. Accidental damage is possible, hit by object overheating. So if an object is overheated, then there is a chance that could cause a big damage, right? False negative risk, if there is a heat, water flows, no dependency on detection system. And false positive risk, the dry, if we talk about dry pipe sprinkler, false positive risk similar to wet but air pressure involved. False negative risk, low, slight delay but still heat triggered. So pre-action sprinkler is false positive risk is lowest because there should be two conditions. First is fire detection, and second is heat at sprinkler head. Accidental discharge is very unlikely, but false positive risk is high. False negative risk is high. If detector fails, no water in pipe, sprinkler cannot discharge. So protects assets but depends on detection. Deluge sprinkler, false positive risk highest once detector false alarms all sprinklers flood area, so could cause a very big damage. So, so sprinklers are like security guards. Wet sprinkler guard sprays water. If it gets hot, might overreact, but wouldn't miss a fire. Pre-action guard waits for alarm plus smoke. Very careful, but may hesitate if alarm fails. A deluge guard panics and flood everything, never misses a fire but destroy the room. So now one more thing I just would like to highlight what is the difference between fire extinguisher and fire sprinkler. Fire extinguisher manual, people operated. Extinguishers are used in places where people are present and can act safely. Offices, electrical rooms, server rooms, kitchens, workshop and garages, laboratories, small storage room. Why extinguishers are used for small early stage fire. Require human judgment, used only when it is safe to fight the fire. Extinguishers are first response tools for human, and it is used by trained people, portable, localized fire, early fire stage, manual intervention. So, fire sprinkler are used to protect areas, rooms, buildings, and assets, especially with no one may be present, right? Office buildings, data centers, hotels, hospitals, warehouses, residential buildings, industrial facilities. So fire must start at night or unattended automatic activations designed to control or suppress fire, protect life plus property. So automatic suppression, unattended area, life safety is important. Building wide protection. So this is automatic thing. Uh, so, for instance, fire in trash bin during office hours, extinguisher used by staff, a sprinkler not needed in that case. Fire start at night in data center, extinguisher useless, no one is there, sprinkler saves the building. So, extinguishers are for people and sprinklers are for building. So, so one exam tip which control works without human intervention is sprinkler, which control requires trained staff extinguisher. Fire protection for unattendable area sprinkler. Small localized fire is extinguisher. Use extinguishers to stop small fires early. Use sprinklers to control fire when human is not present. So I think that's it. We have covered this topic in detail. I hope this would help you to understand about fire sprinkler. Thank you so much for watching this session. If you have any question or feedback, please share in the feedback section.